Welcome to Book Buzz Reviews and Summaries. Ladies and gentlemen, creators and dreamers, seekers of expression and beauty, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt the burning desire to create, yet found yourself paralyzed by doubt? Have you ever stared at a blank canvas, an empty page, or a silent instrument, feeling as though your voice was lost in the vast sea of creativity? If so, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not without guidance. Welcome to Find Your Artistic Voice, the essential guide to working your creative magic by Lisa Congdon, a book that will not only illuminate the path to discovering your unique artistic identity, but will also inspire you to step forward boldly, to embrace the imperfections of your craft, and to cultivate the confidence to express yourself without hesitation. Finding one's artistic voice is not about imitating the masters or seeking validation in comparison. It is about uncovering the raw, unfiltered, and deeply personal essence of who you are as a creator. It is about trusting that what you have to say through your art is valuable, necessary, and profoundly yours. Lisa Congdon, a renowned artist, teacher, and author, understands that this journey is neither linear nor easy. She knows the struggles of creative blocks, the fear of judgment, and the crippling weight of self-doubt. But she also knows the triumph of breakthrough moments, the joy of uninhibited expression, and the fulfillment of finding and owning one's artistic truth. And through this book, she extends her wisdom to you, offering insights, practical exercises, and stories from celebrated artists who have walked this road before you. So let me ask you again, are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Are you ready to silence the inner critic, to embrace the ebb and flow of creativity, and to boldly claim the artistic voice that has been within you all along? If so, then turn the page and step into a world where your creativity has no bounds, where your voice will be heard, and where your art will be a true reflection of your soul. Let the journey begin. Part 1. Introduction. The journey to finding your artistic voice. Ladies and gentlemen, creators, visionaries, and seekers of truth, welcome to the exhilarating journey of finding your artistic voice. Every artist, writer, musician, and creator of any kind has wrestled with the same question: who am I as an artist? What makes my work unique? How do I stand out in a world overflowing with creativity? Lisa Congdon, a self-taught artist and best-selling author, answers these questions in Find Your Artistic Voice, the essential guide to working your creative magic. This book is not just a manual, it's a manifesto, a compass, and a guiding light for anyone determined to uncover their truest creative self. But before we embark on this odyssey, understand this: your artistic voice is already inside you. It is waiting to be unearthed, sculpted, and unleashed upon the world. And in part 1 of this book, Congdon takes us by the hand, leading us through the labyrinth of self-discovery, creative exploration, and artistic identity. Let us begin. Chapter 1. What is an artistic voice? Congdon opens with a simple but profound truth. Your artistic voice is your fingerprint in the world of creativity. It is the unique blend of your experiences, influences, perspectives, and passions, all distilled into a singular expression that is undeniably you. But here's the catch: most people don't just wake up one morning and know their artistic voice. It is not gifted to you at birth. It is discovered, developed, and refined over time through exploration and commitment. In this chapter, Congdon introduces the key ingredients of an artistic voice. 1. Personal style, the way you express your ideas visually, musically, or through words. 2. Subject matter, the themes and messages that consistently appear in your work. 3. Point of view, the perspective, emotions, and worldview you bring to your creations. 4. Influence, the artist's movements and experiences that shape your work. 5. Authenticity, the courage to express yourself without imitation or fear. With these elements in mind, She challenges us. What are you drawn to? What patterns emerge in your work? What makes your creative heart race? These are the early clues to your voice. Chapter 2. The Myth of Talent. Why hard work matters more. Now, my friends, let us shatter a dangerous myth. The myth of innate talent. How often have you looked at a masterful painting, a mesmerizing novel, or a breathtaking film and thought, I could never do that. I'm just not talented enough. Congdon obliterates this lie. She argues that talent is not the deciding factor in an artist's success. Consistency, curiosity, and relentless effort matter far more. She points to her own journey. She didn't start making art professionally until her 30s, yet today she is a celebrated artist with a distinctive voice. The secret? Showing up every day, embracing imperfection, and pushing through self-doubt. The greats, from Picasso to Maya Angelou, were not born with mastery. They worked, experimented, and evolved. And if they could do it, so can you. Congdon urges us to drop the obsession with talent and focus instead on practice. Make more art, write more words, design more often. Play, experiment fearlessly without worrying about the end result. Patience. Your artistic voice will not emerge overnight, but it will emerge. So let go of the belief that you must be born a genius. Instead, become a relentless student of your craft. Chapter 3. The Power of Influence. Learning without copying. Every artist stands on the shoulders of giants. You have been shaped, consciously or unconsciously, by the books you read, the music you love, the films that moved you, and the artists who inspired you. Congdon embraces influence, but warns against imitation. Your voice cannot emerge if you are merely echoing others. But how do you learn from the masters without losing your originality? She suggests 1. Study broadly. Absorb inspiration from multiple sources: art, nature, history, philosophy. 2. Deconstruct with purpose. Analyze what draws you to certain styles or themes. 3. Create through your own lens. Infuse your experiences, emotions, and worldview into your work. Most importantly, she reassures us, it is okay to borrow in the beginning. Many artists start by mimicking their heroes. But over time, through experimentation and growth, imitation gives way to originality. So, ask yourself, who inspires you?
Why?
And how can you take what you love and make it your own? Chapter 4. Fear, Doubt, and the Creative Struggle. Fear. The great destroyer of dreams. How many of us have abandoned creative projects because of that nagging inner voice whispering, this isn't good enough. You aren't good enough. Congdon does not sugarcoat this reality. Doubt is part of the creative process. Even the most accomplished artists wrestle with it. But she offers a new perspective. Instead of fighting fear, use it as a guide. If you fear your work isn't original enough, make more of it until it becomes yours. If you fear judgment, remember that the world needs your unique perspective. If you fear failure, know that failure is simply a step toward growth. Fear and self-doubt are not signs to stop. They are signs to keep going. Congdon provides a powerful mantra. Make bad art. Make ugly art. Make imperfect art. Just make art. Because the more you create, the stronger your voice will become. Chapter 5. Finding what lights you up. And now, we arrive at one of the most vital questions of all. What makes your heart race? What subjects, styles, and themes make you feel alive? Congdon encourages us to follow our curiosity relentlessly. Your artistic voice will emerge not from logic, but from passion. To discover what ignites your creativity, she suggests keeping a creative journal. Track your ideas, inspirations, and patterns. Noticing repeating themes. What do you keep returning to? What subjects haunt you? Letting go of trends. Don't chase popularity. Chase what matters to you. Because the moment you align your creativity with what excites you most, your voice begins to shine. Conclusion. Your voice is waiting. Go find it. And so, dear artists, dreamers, and creators, we conclude part one of this transformative journey. Your artistic voice is not something you stumble upon. It is something you create, nurture, and refine. It is found in the hours you spend making, in the mistakes you embrace, in the passions you follow, and in the courage to be unapologetically yourself. So I leave you with this challenge. Begin. Experiment.
Fail.
Learn.
Create.
And most importantly, keep going. Because somewhere in that journey, you will find the voice that is uniquely, powerfully, and brilliantly yours. Are you ready to embark on part two? Because the adventure has only just begun. Part 2. Introduction. Nurturing your creative identity. Now that we have begun the exhilarating quest of discovering our artistic voice, we step into the next phase of our journey, cultivating and strengthening it. Finding your voice is only the beginning. It is like discovering a hidden treasure chest buried deep within you. But now, you must polish, refine, and shape the gems inside. And how do we do that? Through practice, discipline, exploration, and the courage to stand in our truth, even when the world doubts us, even when we doubt ourselves. Lisa Congdon leads us deeper into this process, showing us how to embrace evolution, push past creative roadblocks, and take ownership of our artistic voice in a way that is both fulfilling and unstoppable. So let's dive in. Chapter 6. Experimentation. The key to evolving your voice. Growth does not happen in comfort. Congdon opens this chapter with a powerful message. Your artistic voice is not static. It is meant to evolve, shift, and expand over time. But too many creators fall into a dangerous trap: stagnation. Once they find something that works, whether it's a particular style, medium, or subject matter, they cling to it. They stop exploring, stop taking risks, and, worst of all, stop growing. But true artists never settle. Congdon urges us to break out of our comfort zones through experimentation. Try new mediums. If you're a painter, try digital art. If you're a writer, experiment with poetry. Shake things up. Alter your process. Change your workspace. Create at a different time of day, or challenge yourself to work faster or slower. Limit yourself. Paradoxically, constraints spark creativity. Try creating with only 2 colors, writing with a word limit, or designing with a single shape. By embracing play and curiosity, we stretch the boundaries of our creative potential. And through this process, our artistic voice deepens and expands. So I ask you, how can you challenge yourself today? What artistic risks are you willing to take? Chapter 7. Developing confidence in your art. Self-doubt is the enemy of artistic expression. Every creator has wrestled with that little voice that whispers, "Who do you think you are? Your work isn't special. You'll never be good enough." Congdon smashes these lies with an undeniable truth. Confidence is not something you are born with, it is something you build. And how do you build it? 1. Show up every day. The more you create, the more natural it becomes. 2. Acknowledge your progress. Compare your work today to what you made a year ago. Growth is happening. 3. Stop seeking external validation. Your worth as an artist is not determined by likes, followers, or sales. Most importantly, she reminds us, art is subjective. Not everyone will resonate with your work, and that's okay. The goal is not to please everyone. The goal is to create something authentic to you. So, my friends, stand tall. Own your artistic voice with pride, courage, and unshakable confidence. Chapter 8. Finding your creative community. Art is often seen as a solitary pursuit, but Congdon reminds us, creativity thrives in community. Too many artists isolate themselves, believing they must struggle alone. But the truth is, having a supportive creative network fuels inspiration, accountability, and growth. So, how do you find your people? Connect with like-minded creators, join local art groups, online forums, or creative workshops. Collaborate. Work with artists from different disciplines. Writers can pair with illustrators, musicians with filmmakers. Imagination has no limits. Give and receive feedback. A trusted creative circle will challenge and refine your work in ways you never imagined. Your community will remind you that you are not alone, that your voice matters, and that you have something valuable to share with the world. Chapter 9. Pushing through creative blocks. The dreaded creative block. The moment when inspiration vanishes, motivation fades, and self-doubt creeps in. Congdon assures us, this is normal. Every artist, no matter how accomplished, experiences creative droughts. But the difference between those who succeed and those who give up is simple. They create anyway. Congdon provides powerful strategies for reigniting creativity, one step away from your work, sometimes taking a walk, meditating, or immersing yourself in nature sparks new ideas. 2. Consume inspiration mindfully. Read books, watch films, visit museums, but don't compare yourself to others. 3. Change your routine. If you always create in the morning, try working at night. If you work in silence, try music. 4. Make bad art on purpose. Give yourself permission to create without expectations. Just make something, no matter how imperfect. And most importantly, trust the process. Creativity is a cycle. Some days will be overflowing with ideas. Others will feel barren. But if you keep showing up, inspiration will return. Chapter 10. Embracing criticism without losing your voice. As artists, we pour our hearts, souls, and deepest emotions into our work. So when criticism comes, it can feel personal, like a direct attack on our identity. But Congdon teaches us a powerful lesson. Criticism is a tool, not a death sentence. She breaks criticism into 2 categories. 1. Constructive criticism, insightful feedback from people who genuinely want to see you grow. Listen, reflect, and take what serves you. 2. Destructive criticism, baseless negativity from people who do not understand your journey. Ignore it.
It is not about you, it is about them.
She challenges us. Do not let fear of judgment silence your artistic voice. Keep creating.
Keep sharing.
Keep standing in your truth. Because in the end, the only opinion that truly matters is your own. Conclusion. Your artistic voice is a gift. Honor it. And so, dear creators, we reach the heart of part 2. Your artistic voice is a living, breathing entity. It is not fixed, not rigid, not perfect. It is meant to grow, change, and evolve with you. So embrace the process. Experiment boldly. Own your confidence. Find your community. Push through creative blocks. Accept criticism without losing yourself. Your voice is a gift only you can give to the world.
So do not hide it.
Do not diminish it. Nurture it, cultivate it, and let it shine. Because somewhere out there, someone is waiting to hear exactly what you have to say. Are you ready for part 3? Because the final chapter of this journey awaits. Part 3. Introduction. The courage to show your work. We have embarked on an extraordinary journey of self-discovery and creative growth. We have explored the depths of our artistic voice, unearthed our unique perspectives, and honed our creative skills through experimentation, persistence, and community. But now, my friends, comes the most terrifying and liberating part of all, putting our work out into the world. This is where many artists hesitate. The fear of judgment, rejection, or simply being unseen can be paralyzing. But Congdon reminds us, art is meant to be shared. What good is a song never sung? A painting never viewed? A story never told? Your voice, your authentic, raw, and powerful voice, is a gift to the world. And this final section of our journey will teach us how to embrace visibility, build an audience, and leave our creative mark with confidence and intention. So, let's step boldly forward. Chapter 11. Overcoming fear of visibility. You have poured your soul into your art. You have crafted something deeply personal. And now, you must show it to the world. But suddenly, a voice in your head whispers, what if no one likes it? What if I embarrass myself? What if I'm just not good enough? Fear of visibility is the final hurdle between you and creative fulfillment. Congdon shatters this fear with a powerful truth. Your work does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be seen. She offers these strategies to overcome fear. Detach your self-worth from your art. You are not your work. Its reception does not define you. Redefine success. Instead of focusing on numbers, focus on impact. If even one person resonates with your work, that is success. Start small. Share with a trusted friend, post on a small platform, or submit to a niche community before going wide. The world needs more courageous creators, not silent perfectionists. So I ask you, are you ready to be seen? Chapter 12. Building an authentic audience. In an age of social media, everyone is chasing followers, likes, and viral moments. But Congdon offers a refreshing perspective. Do not chase numbers. Focus on connection. Building an audience is not about popularity, it is about genuine resonance. She lays out the key elements of growing an engaged, meaningful audience. 1. Be consistent. Whether it's social media, a blog, a newsletter, or local exhibits, show up regularly. 2. Be authentic. Share your process, your struggles, your inspirations. People connect with realness, not just polished perfection. 3. Engage with others. Support fellow artists. Comment, collaborate, and create relationships. Art is a conversation, not a monologue. A small, loyal audience that truly values your work is far more powerful than a million passive followers. So the question is not, how many followers can I get? The real question is, how deeply can I connect? Chapter 13. Handling Rejection and Criticism.
Rejection.
The artist's greatest fear. Whether it's an ignored submission, a harsh comment, or a project that flops, rejection stings. But Congdon reminds us, rejection is not the end. It is part of the process. Every successful artist has faced countless rejections before finding their audience. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter became a phenomenon. Van Gogh only sold one painting in his lifetime. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job for not being fit for television. Rejection does not mean you are a failure. It simply means you have not yet found the right opportunity, audience, or moment. So, what should you do when rejection comes? 1. Separate emotion from feedback. Take time to process, then analyze if there's anything constructive to learn. 2. Reframe rejection as redirection. Maybe this no is guiding you toward a better yes. 3. Keep going. The only way to fail is to stop creating. Your voice is too important to be silenced by one rejection. So I ask you, will you let rejection define you, or will you rise above it? Chapter 14. Finding Purpose in Your Art. At the heart of it all, Congdon asks us one powerful question. Why do you create? Is it to express yourself? To inspire others? To challenge the status quo? Finding your why gives your art meaning, longevity, and impact. Because the truth is, art is more than decoration, entertainment, or self-expression. Art heals. Art teaches. Art connects us across time, culture, and experience. When you create with intention, your work becomes a legacy, something that outlives you, something that continues to inspire long after you're gone. So take a moment and ask yourself, what do I want my art to say? What mark do I want to leave on this world? Chapter 15. Keeping the Fire Burning. Creativity is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong commitment. Congdon reminds us that staying creative is an ongoing journey. It requires constant learning. Never stop growing, studying, and exploring new techniques. Rest and renewal. Avoid burnout. Step back when needed. then return with fresh eyes. Self-trust. Believe in your voice, even when doubt creeps in. Creativity is like a flame. If you neglect it, it fades. But if you nurture, feed, and protect it, it will burn brightly for years to come. So, dear artist, will you keep the fire alive? Conclusion. Your artistic voice matters. Use it. And now we arrive at the final, most important lesson of all. Your voice is worthy. Your voice is powerful. Your voice is needed. Lisa Congdon has given us the tools, the wisdom, and the inspiration to find, nurture, and share our creative gifts with the world. Now, it is up to you. Will you experiment boldly? Will you share your work despite fear? Will you embrace criticism and rejection as part of the journey? Will you create with purpose, passion, and persistence? Because someone somewhere needs what only you can create. So go forth, fearless artist. Create, express, and leave your mark on the world. Your voice is waiting to be heard. Are you ready to share it? Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates.